All right. Yes, I saw Emma Ashafo. I'm share Akoma 87.9 FM on Facebook. Mo mutie Akoma 87.9 FM on radio. Any mo share Omamba TV. Akwa bebiem. Enfamra ene filler time no so. Of course, unim say do say a fillers upon fillers upon fillers. De esia wonte ye. De ebe chance na wate. Ni ye bie so e wa ha e de amount. On filler time on Akoma 87.9 FM. Ewo Pepe Source channel so ewo YouTube wi a ye de video no eto na ahwefo mo ho so anya bi ahwe. Abuja pesa me champo. My ma yen ahwefo no akwa bebiem. Na fe yem fan sem na emfa hihye so ene. Me be ma exclusive on Asante Kotoko coaching. Asante Kotoko coaching exclusive. E cry wa ayede e ma. Who becomes the next permanent coach of Asante Kotoko? When will Kotoko take the decision to appoint a new coach? You don't want some eba. You be call Accra Hearts of Oak asye exclusives are if you are eba no. You be yina at the amount. Urem ewo takwa based mediema. There are issues. Unum say the point gaba na mediema adiama teams edi omachi no. Eswati. In their last 3 games, mediema last 3 games, onya win. They lost to Nations. About draw the FA Cup and the penalties e wini here. And mediema eto so a one aduana ebo draw. Issues every takwa eba. Me ube wurem na me de nsem nyina e de ama. Ba bia ebrem be ma yakwan ne de asibia no. Ye de be ma yen etiefo ewa Akoma 87.9 FM. Ahwefo a mo hwe Omamba TV. And no more Facebook. Akoma 87.9 FM on Facebook. Ebusha penny sabe champo. Mama share 7 as say. Asante Kotoko. Season way or share with coach Abdul Zito. Kotoko. Any coach Abdul Zito. And yajuma. Coach Abdul Zito is purported to have resigned from his position as the head coach of Asante Kotoko. That is history be any. And no I'm penny for Adepa say omo ayi 2 coaches. The assistant, which was the first assistant, Zito, coach at the day, Prince Yao Usu, Prince Yao Usu. So many the team on the interim. Now a branch did Hamza or Bay Mohammed, the deputy coach. Omabo first game. And first game on boy, no. Tima, your friends are hard to folk, Abakumase, Abesha Kotoko. Now, the discussion around and say coaches no entumi enya adwuma no mame mfa nkwa chi kakra buja pan mame mfa nkwa chi kakra o kai say a branch the thing ade Prince Ousu on Wednesday a session of the Kotoko supporters stormed the training grounds ewa Dakojachi so mo ma coach no enya adwuma no o kai so supporters ni bi ebo remo training say coach Prince Ousu omo ma enya adwuma no. And in fact, I'm disrupted training for some time, and sana quickly management na ebaya wamo ebetimi restore ema enioma ekoso ewo. Now this is the issue. Coach no ebo game wie kwasi ada no. Nipa no bebrebe. I say there be modemono ewo form. And in fact, on Sunday, obi ohwe game bia hu say na Kotoko bankrupt in terms of technical and tactical abilities. Kotoko were bankrupt. You're sure say a question for argument. Nobody can argue about that. And no nama Kotoko company for 8 to 2 amount up a permanent coach. So first of all, young fan tuja and farmer at your former share Akoma 87.9 FM on Facebook. Omo muti Akoma 87.9 FM. And your Omamba TV say no question woman say Coach Prince Ousu will not be given the mandate to coach Kotoko going further. No, he will not be given that mandate. Onya akwenya so olidi Kotoko e de akọ mpacha opa matches aka mampanyifo nyama no no winning matches ni nyina. He will not get Kotoko's mandate to lead the team on permanent basis. That is the first filler me the amount. Second filler in here. Kotoko company for right after Zito adding resignation e bae and answer Kotoko ni Zito a party ways you know. And a coach awaye Juma Ghana Premier League rimpe. Me pacho etefo ntedi. In 2015-2016 Ghana Premier League, coach American say won the G League no. in the 2015-2016 Ghana Premier League. And so that is 10 years ago, 10 seasons ago. And Orano, a leading team now, oje that particular title. And coach Olidi said team a title no. The team a All Stars. Coach leading the Enos Adepa. So coach Enos Adepa, LED All Stars in the 2015-2016 Ghana Premier League. Edge the league no. Sa coach and I met my catch say he's been in Kumasi for some time. I can tell you on authority. We're a fella and I'm a demo on Akoma 87.9 FM. Coach, and comedy akoso between the coach and Asante Kotoko. And he's been in Kumasi for the last 5 days or so. Wawo Kumasi I'm on comedy akoso say enyoma etimi etentama coach Enos Adepa ebetimi abeye a coach adiama Asante Kotoko. This is an exclusive fella and abusia mede ema enyo no nko a Kotoko meeting no omokoye no e dim yenu and a bar up for discussion. Meet your Asante Kotoko ekoye ne dim yenu and a bar up for discussion. One other coach, coach Samuel Boadu Kofi Yesu. Amakomni Abranje about football, but one man kwechiri because of injury. Osheni coach na say abro be coachi Asukwa Deportivo at that time, Asukwa Deportivo. And some other teams are Samuel Boadu Kofi Yesu e coach here. Samuel Boadu doing up strongly, being linked to the Asante Kotoko coaching job. Samuel Boadu a former league winner and twice waje the FA Cup in Ghana. He achieved all of that with Accra Hearts-of-Oak. Etobe Kochi Hearts-of-Oak. And the first season was double. The second season he failed to win the league, but he won the FA Cup. Coach Samuel Boadu Kofi Yesu has also been linked to Asante Kotoko. But Abusia, my infant told a TF when he said that proposition had been met with firm resistance. Kotoko supporters in the say Samuel Boadu ensure respect and from the Kotoko badge. Asante Kotoko supporters in the HMA Samuel Boadu and Chere Oyobia Esiamani Asante Kotoko Jumano. Not because Wakochi had to folk pay, no. There are a lot of coaches coaching two teams, Omo issue with the fact that Samuel Boadu utterances in the HS ase on Fabuo and Fama on team. In fact, the last time I could call any Brekum Chelsea, a ball at Bamara Sports Stadium, that game ended in a draw. Samuel Boadu was shown the red card in that game. But before that, and after that, supporters Ribi Chema, ya bobo ni or the Nensalia and Nuse Mokasado do Nima Bebe. Abusia Unim said, I've had reasons and cause to caution my brother Samuel Boadu on some of these antics because my coach said, "Uye coach, na unjai coach, na so be coach na Ghana. No cause me unu say Kotoko has a folk. Any two teams are coach here. Ye tria come on ye tria sika. That is the truth of the matter. Kotoko has a folk. A two-year coach na be a coach. You need to manage yourself in such a way, say, when you are linked to one of these teams, supporters na ameka say chinchi amon pere e ma onya adwuma no. But for Samuel Boadu, consistently Kotoko supporters believe say onya kwanya bi ase o abisu club no as unrespected badge no. And so Kofi Yesu din up pa for discussion say and come Asante Kotoko head coach. But a section of the supporters mo ka bi wom da bia meta use our nabusia. Meta ka cho say supporters no mo ka bi wom no. And I mean those who have been in supporters leadership positions before. Omo in leadership positions, any known supporters of Boadu. Most of them are rejected the idea. Say Samuel Boadu and Ramaya Jumano. Mami nkomo ya filler time. Ewo Akoma 87.9 FM. On Facebook, Akoma 87.9 FM on your radio. And on Mamba TV. And Augusto Augen. It's a pa. Unim say Samuel Boadu. Adepa kwa woman say empanyifo mo ye analysis of the two coaches. My both two coaches in the actual say Enos Adepa, who won the Ghana Premier League in the 2015-2016 season for Wow Stars. And Samuel Boadu aje Ghana Premier League, aje 2 FA Cups at the Hearts-of-Oak. No question say we evaluation based on competence. We evaluation based on capacity. We evaluation based on recency effect. There's something that we call the recency effect. Obi adwuma no ogusu ye bie na ne mmode mo kyeso obetima ye no. Omo nyina ka besi senka Samuel Boadu the ideal person at this point in time obeye Kotoko adwuma. Abuja kai time okofa has team no. They were not a performing team. Now Abuja panyi menkai was obekai a. Sa has team no. They were being coached by former coach Bruni. I've forgotten the name. What South Africa? Chawaye adwuma South Africa. Nim oye tough kakra. Abuja only ye interview. I'm a puppet. I catch now say, why yet you bet me be a has a human or solve a problem now and solve it. It will not cost a puppet crown. Where Jai are oko on trust in judgment. I'm sure the back as making. It cost a puppet at a point. A Jai has a folk human. Any other some will buy so many human on the interim, I'm sure, because Satan no a Mediama coach. And Mediama were performing very well in the Ghana Premier League. Samuel Boadu Kofi years so adwuma. He turned things around. Now second round of the league, on your first round. Now had to folk were lying about 7 or 8 on the league log. But Samuel Boadu be turning yoma around. And by G League, you know. At the macras of folk, FA Cup. Sa FA Cup, I'm on my ball final no kuma so many be me kaipa. Has we need by go to nil. And how much double. And to Samuel Boadu the oya analysis of 2 coaches now. A dinner exclusively. Abetodwa na Akoma Sports production team no ayen ho adwuma ne de ma ona. Samuel Boadu is ahead of Enos Adepa. But there is firm and fierce resistance from section of the supporters of Okabi whom say omo mpene e ma Kofi Yesu e ma Kotoko adwuma ne ne e kina ka ho e kina chikro mo zampene e ma ne ma adwuma no. We are exclusive on Kotoko coaching and medical e de enoma. Now yen progress ni yen koyenim. Didi Dramani, after beating Asante Kotoko, had to folk and penny volibi, had to folk supporters, no so kabi woman say, as well Didi, a long-term contract, no reconstructed across the folk team, no the Karimu Edema and penny for. Now I had to folk at the second on the league log. Now, second on the league log, the channel say, has the folk say they can give us a tough competition. On competition now, seemingly. Now, quite a mediama at the core. Now, quite there's no competition. No, Accra has folk can bring back that competition because as we speak, mediama are on 44 points. Hearts of folk are on 39 points. I have 5 points and I separated the 2 teams. Say, Hearts of folk, we need the next game, which is against Brekum Chelsea. Samuel Boadu in the picture again here. On the Brekum Chelsea, Bono we need 3 points. Has ebe movie from 39 to 42. The fact of the matter is a mediama gamer or Kokobo in St. James Sports Arena. On this summer test, you know, all things being equal, all else constant. The summer test team are only lose game will fear this season. They are not likely to lose. So a draw or a defeat for Mediama will let us folk close in to 2 points or 3 points. That is what it is. Assemble baby woni. And no na empanifo say omonka jedi say the next 5 years. Yeah, the adwuma. In fact, how to folk supporters ni be say afen no monya the next Cecil Jones atuko efio. House of supporters almost say afen there omonya the next Cecil Jones atuko efio. A obey adwuma adiama heart folk. And ye nyina nim the longevity a atuko efio enya ye e wo house folk adwuma no. This is the conversation happening right now. Ewo enkampupurima ntam. Hearts of folk supporters and then paying for the kabi room no obia chirema yenya adwuma no emfama Didi Dramani no nya adwuma no in the long term. Abusapanyi fellas bi e Asante Kotoko ye na odi am me up to a china on me bie so ade ama about 6 key players of Kotoko will be leaving. Minim say be kan obia nim say Kamara beko, obia nim say Peter Midu akwa beko, obia nim say Samba beko. Baba ya contract in EU, a branch did Henry Ansu EU, then 2 other players on contract in Mui. But supporters be adjums in Tom contract, Baku striker. Baku striker. Pressure no omo manto at the etono so pa, ya enyasem ketwa. But I can tell you, sir, that decision, no, and then you may meeting people because omo we meeting na. Meme de and some of discuss your meeting no. Ebe bro, abusiano de ebe bro. I'm giving you my words. Me the sound 7 ebe exclusively on filler time. Ewa Akoma 87.9 FM. On Omamba TV on Akoma 87.9 FM on Facebook. Yan trust ni yanko yanim. Pressure after the air mount ewa takwa. Pressure air mount ewa takwa tieniye. Midiama last 3 games. The last 3 games of Midiama. Oba Kumasi ebeluzu by 2-1 to Nations FC ewa Brankese. Then wamo ebo a game. As a game no. Na FA Cup game. Omne Samates ne boy. Omo ball 0-0. And a Samates winning on penalties. Sorry, Midiama winning on penalties. But results near 0-0. And Sana omo trefie asan ball 0-0 draw 1-1 with Adriana Stars. So their last 3 games in all competitions, omo winning game. Supporters na shase ye dede. Supporters na shase say coach Ibrahim Tanko Anyas making sure say league ready obaje ediamomo because unim say ebra omo commission go first takwa dama a commission the takwa tie ne stadium na omadwe nyina say ompese media matim de ball CAF interclub competition, be it the Champions League or the FA Cup. Now last season after some Mediama did the previous season goal starts by J. So Mediama lost out on the league. The FA Cup got edge last season. This season, they are in the FA Cup, they are in the league. But Omu lead at the top of the table. No, so 2 teams are closing the point gap going into the weekend games. You know, now Omu LED by 7 points. Ye boy ye atiaba 5. Supporters ni bia one ewa takwa ashase mount to pressure say coach ni nyase empam no tieni ti asem na ye kan ye omon kase empam coach no but omon se coach ni modem no ompagam kakra na results omonya the last 3 games no ensesa na nyoman shase say ekoyie ade am team a the thing ade takwa based mediema and no air pressure started mount to our takwa last 3 games no win 3 drawn games. Of course, they won the penalty shootout, but me see in football, a draw and a game in the end there, and no more winning penalty shootout. And that, idea, as a one etumi ehuse, wamo ebewrem, ama enyoma akoye. Abuja, my memo the last filler. Abuja pens have a jumbo. My memo the last filler. Nafi yam kwayenim. My memo the last filler. Na minim say. And I have one train bibi. I was young, sir. Asante Kotoko, a grossy 800,000 Ghana cedis and more. I wore a game of money at football in the super class. I'm a grossy over 800,000. Kotoko did not charge exorbitant amount at the gate. Truth be told, Sika Kotoko Jene Nisro because Krobia edge 50 cedis and 100 cedis. Opa compare rates at folk edge I won't cry. And then VIP 200, VVIP 300 or so Kaya. Kotoko, because of their form, moment to me and this kakese. But the numbers that turned up, Emma Kotoko, 800,000 in gross, yeah, but we are the highest gate processor Abba season, we are Ghana, the highest. And Adepa said this game was sold to the people. I'm a marketer, we should be a marketer from the marketing point of view. More be and French any trim say. Yeah, dear, papa, it is all Kotobie. Sadi and Chum. So, Omo Musia market, me sure say first year marketing students or any of the tertiary institutions. Omunim, Opinion did Professor Waldo Emerson. Professor Waldo Emerson. Now, the philosophy be by, or the idea be by, school of thought be by, say, if you manufacture a better mousetrap, now go hide it in the bush, and people come and buy. Today, that philosophy is dead and gone. You need to sell deliberately to people. There are people who are looking for something to buy. Until you sell it to them, they don't even know they want it. Asante Kotoko decision taking yes, throughout last week, almost all the major radio stations in Kumasi, especially more time and follow time akotoko air training. For instance, Akoma FM so Kotoko play biama so. The explanation is that Akoma's pause is aired between 3 and 6. Kotoko started training 3, no about 5. So there was no way they could turn in there. But the more programs, between 9 and 1 omo de no and be 2 or baby no. You saw the influx of Kotoko players to all these platforms. Some of the stations host 2 different players on their networks. Omo kasa no omo kasa he no. And the page game no emma supporters are omo team no one ye ko game we mu na omo 8 points behind. The same team no free FA Cup. But look at the numbers that came to the stadium. So clearly Abushapani selling games are very important today in football. And Mijini is a Asante Kotoko na mo mutu ye no. Eno and I did numbers we Adepa be PM our stadium. Yan famunsi na a chance so yabesan at a different set of fillers at their bro live I 87 FM. Live I 87 FM on Facebook and a live I Mamba TV. Yan famunsi abusia yan to so yan fa de aka no en famre yan ahwefo.